Ladies and gentlemen, Expozinga here yet with another one. Now today we start our first lesson for the next 3 weeks on Forex matters. Like I told you, every day, Monday to Friday, we are going to be having these classes, of which is to learn exactly what Forex entails. So most Kenyans are losing money in Forex, not because Forex is fake as per se, but because they don't understand these basics. So today in 20 minutes, I'll show you exactly how Forex works. No hype, no scams, no lifestyle, just pure Forex, how it works. And of course, I'll be also going through basics. Unaona zile vitu basics zile zenye you guys have been overlooking, or you guys assume that you already know. Those are the things we are going to look. So I imagine that your mind is fresh, you are very green in this field, and you want to understand deeper understanding of Forex, okay? Not just being told, oh, this is how it is done, this is how it's done, you have to have a strategy. All of that hype, of course, is not going to happen on my platform or on in my class. And before I go any further, let me remind you that all our Forex videos, all lessons, all classes, everything, all courses will be done on this platform, YouTube. There is no Telegram, there is no TikTok, there is no any other platform. And my only number, if you want to reach out specifically, is 0704454609. Anywhere else you find my videos, that is not my platform. The only place we upload these videos is YouTube and Facebook. Facebook, Expozinga, YouTube, Expozinga. And with that being said, let us just go ahead and start our lessons because I prepared these notes for you guys, okay? So it's important we start. So part 1 is simple. What is Forex? That is the question. What is Forex? So Forex entails buying one currency and selling the other. What we call currency pairing, okay? So example, you have a USD against a dollar. So, not USD. For example, you have a euro, ile inaandikwa EUR against a USD. USD means United States dollar, sawa? So you have a euro, maybe you are selling, and you have a dollar, maybe you're buying. So if euro stroke USD goes up, euro is stronger. So on the chart, okay? If the euro is going up, euro is stronger. If the dollar is going down, the dollar is stronger. So for instance, I want you to check at your screen, okay? So whatever you see here, these are what we call charts. And these charts is where traders make decisions. It's very important to understand that a trader will not just wake up in the morning and then open their phone or open their laptop and then place a trade. No, they'll have to go through these charts. They will look at them the way you are looking at them right now. And it is from here where they will make those decisions. Am I going to buy or am I going to sell? This is very important for a trader because if they don't look at the charts, then they don't know the direction of the market. And I usually prefer like what I told you yesterday about trending trading. Trending trading is not going against the market because when you go against the market, most of the time, people will lose. A retail trader will lose most of the time. So it is always good for you to understand that if I go the way the markets are going, I might hang around and long enough to make some profits as I flow with the trends, okay? So it is always important to understand that whenever you are looking at the charts, what are you looking for? What is your intention in your mind? Why are you looking at these charts? Are you looking at these charts to become a millionaire pup? Are you looking at these charts to understand how the markets are going and to make a decisive decision? If you do things just for the sake of doing, then you might end up complaining. So, or calling Forex a scam. Forex is not a scam, and I remind you. So whatever you're seeing here is what we call simply charts. Anytime you hear a trader saying charts, these are the things that actually they are looking at. And also we will learn how to interpret these charts, okay? So for now, I can see people are just looking at, so bullish momentum, only green bars. What is that? Then there is also a point of consolidation, but never broke 20 SMA. So people are wondering, what is this? Then very different situation now, more red bars and a few green bars. Bearish momentum. Mtu anashindwa bearish momentum, bullish momentum. What are all these? All of these things we are going to be looking at them. Then suddenly long red bars, that is bearish momentum. All of these things, for now you don't need to understand them. But I just want you to understand that a trader will make decisions based on the charts. Hapo tuko sawa? So whatever you're seeing on your screen, that is where all traders will make their decision. So no need for you to rush, oh, what does this mean? What does that mean? No. Just understand that in Forex, we have what? We have charts. So these are the many things you will see people are looking at most of the time. Sometimes influencers come traders look at these things and they talk about these things and you get confused. For now, no need for you to know any of them as you're seeing me scrolling them. What you just need to know and understand is, oh, okay, so there is what? There is the charts. And these charts, there is the green bars, there is the red bars. These green bars and red bars, what do they mean? Don't worry. You are not in a rush to. We have 3 weeks to go through each and everything step by step. So at least now you understand that they are charts in what? They are charts in Forex. And these charts are the ones that make you as a trader make a decision. Which direction are you going to go, or which direction are you not going to go? So this helps you make that specific decision. So let us continue, guys. Now, once you know that there are charts, another thing I want you to learn of this lesson is part 2, which of course I'll talk of pips, I'll talk of lots, I'll talk of leverage. Now, when we talk of pips, actually it means price movement. Sasawa, a pip is a small movement in price, a small change, a minute change in price, okay? So the movement of a price is what we call in Forex pip. So for example, you have 1.1000, and then that 1.1000 moves to 1.10001. We call that one pip. So ni kama tuseme tuko na 1 shilingi moja point shilingi moja na sufuri sufuri sufuri, ikimove shilingi moja point shilingi moja sufuri sufuri moja, that kawani ya mwisho is what we call a pip. So pips are how we measure profits or losses. You get my point? Ime increase na ngapi, imepungua na ngapi. Ikipungua na pip ya 0 ya negative 1, unasema imepungua na negative ya 1. Kama ime increase na negative positive ya 1, unasema ime increase na positive ya 1. You understand? So is how we measure our losses or profits using pips. So number 2, what is lot size? Lot size simply means trade size, okay? Ni trade size yako. So for example, if you're using a 0.01 small trade, so this is very safe, okay? So you are minimizing on your losses. That is what we call trade size. Sasawa. So if you're using 0.01, which again we will be using most of the time before we become anything we call ourselves FX traders, and I don't want anyone in my class calling themselves FX traders. So when we talk of 0.01, it is the safest for beginners, because the lesser you can lose money, the more you can stay in the market. But the more money you lose, for example, if you use 1, that is a big trade. That is a very big trade compared to 0.01, okay? So if you don't control your lot size, Forex will do what? Forex will humble you, my friend. And trust me, it humbles many people in silence. So you don't want to be part of that, okay? So what is also leverage? This leverage is what we call I like to call it a double-edged sword. Now, this leverage is borrowed from a broker. So this one is borrowed from a broker. Leverage can make, for example, leverage can make you money fast. But this making you of money fast, it can also do what? It can wipe your accounts very fast. That is what we call leverage. So when you hear people are talking of leverage, you just have to understand these are kinds of risks that you have to be very careful with. Because, for example, you have $10 you can control $100 or more. But that also says that if you can make that money quick, you can also lose that money very quick. So that is what we call leverage, or double-edged sword, as I call it in my best understanding. Then part 3, we will also be talking of buy versus sell. What is buy versus sell? So buy means going up, okay? Sell means going down. So nilikwambia, when a euro is going up, it means it is stronger. When a dollar is going down, it means it is stronger. So what do we sell? What do we buy? We are buying currencies. Ni kama tuseme, you have Kenyan shillings, okay? But you're going to Uganda. So when you're going to Uganda, you want to make sure that you have enough money. Now, since the value of a Kenyan shilling is higher than a Ugandan, is stronger than a Ugandan shilling, so when you go there, you'll be at the border, that Busia border, and then you will be changing your Kenyan money to what? To Ugandan money. So you will have higher volume of Ugandan money. So say, like, if you had just 1,000 here in Kenyan shilling, when you go with 1,000 Kenyan shilling to Ugandan side, you will have more notes of the same, but your value is stronger than theirs, okay? So when we talk of buying, it is going up. When you talk of selling, it's going down. And most of the time, it is either in green bars or the blue bars, okay? So in Forex, you can make money whether the market is going up or down. So it is just for you to choose. Am I going to sell or am I going to buy? Sawa. And if the buys favor you, then you will make money. If the sales favor you, you will also make money. Then part 4, I'd also like to talk about key sessions. And these market sessions are very important, very, very important, because they are the ones to tell you at what time you are supposed to trade. So part 4, let us talk about market sessions. And these key sessions will actually help you make a decision. What do we mean by market sessions, and what are these market sessions? So since in Kenya, we are not valued that much as traders, that is why even our currency is not on the charts, but we can use some times. And these times is places like the London, we can use New York, okay? So this is when the market moves the most. And what are these sessions? These are specific times. For example, look at this chart that I have shown you here. So there is what I call London, New York overlap session. These are the best 4 hours to do what? The best 4 hours to trade. And these 4 hours to trade is what times? In between what times? So you can check the time where I have indicated where to exit a trade. You see where you should exit your trade? Good. And you see where also you have to enter your trade. So this overlapping is the most important session that you can do what? You can enter a trade, make some profits, and of course leave the market within those 4 hours. So even your 3 trades that I was talking about, when you're using these sessions, it's very important because it will help you as a trader to be able to flow with the market and make a little bit of profits here and there. So this overlapping time is the best for you to start your tradings. And also you can see the times around the globe when you're supposed to be trading, but I will only tell you that for me as a trader in Kenya, I will only focus on London and New York times. This is very important, okay? This is very important for me because when I'm trading, I want to be sure that it is going to favor me. Sasawa. So if you check London 7:25 p.m., of course, you will be behind 1 hour. So when you are behind 1 hour, what time is that? We will be talking about 6:25 in Kenya, right? 2:25 p.m., wewe uko 6 hours behind. So you'll have also to take 6 hours behind from that. Uende from sanane, uanze kurudi nyuma, 6 hours. Ujue what specific times are we talking about. So it is very important. Of course, kuna Sydney hours, kuna Tokyo hours, kuna London, kuna New York. But this overlap ya New York in between hapa and this area, this session hapa, this is the most important for you as a trader, because as a trader in Kenya, wakati ina overlap hapa London and hapa New York, it will really, really help you as a trader to make some profit, because it is when the markets are moving most of the times, as you can see how I have indicated on these charts. But if you try other times, sometimes the volatilities are so high and it might not favor you. So checking those two times, those two sessions is very important for you as a trader in Kenya, because at the end of the day, we are traders and we are looking for favorisms. Anytime the market tends to favor us, that is the time we want to do what? We want to carry out our trades. I hope you're getting that very clearly. So those are the kind of charts that actually you'll have to check. Those are the kind of sessions you'll have to enter the market. So the best time to trade is London plus New York overlapping hours, and you have seen it on the screen. Now, on your phone, I told you also there are things you need to do. So what are these things you need to do? You need to have some tools. So these tools, what do we call them? The first tool that you will have to have as a trader, and this is no option, it has no option, okay? This has no option at all. The first thing you'll have is you'll have MetaTrader 5, and I'll be showing you. Let me just record this screen so that I can show you on screen what to do. Okay, so let me just record my screen here. So let me start recording this screen. Yes, good. So on your phone, if you're using Android, you'll just go to Play Store and then you just search MetaTrader, just like that, MetaTrader. Okay, MetaTrader 5. So the moment you do like that, you will check. For example, I already have it. So for me, I'll just, sorry, I'm showing you and you can see it on the screen. For example, I have it, I just click on this, and then I have my what? My MetaTrader with me. Then another tool that you'll have to download as well is to do what? Is to have something we call Trading View. So that Trading View, you will also have to have that one, because it will really help you to do what? To put in time. Sorry, what do I need to do here? Which one? Trading View, thank you. Yes, let us download this as well. So we will just have all of these in our, the two of them, we have to have them. We have no option, okay? So this will help us also track our markets. Okay, so you just log in, continue with email, with Gmail. I'll just do that for the sake of this session. Then continue as Mula, signing in, allow, and we are in, okay? So you have your Trading View, which will really help you a lot in checking all the markets. Then we have our MetaTrader 5, where, by the way, we will be observing what is happening in our accounts, our history. We will have our trades, we will have our charts, and we will have our quotes, okay? So everything is intact. So those two, you have no option but to have them, because as a trader, you'll have to check what is going on. So what are the daily practices that I want you to be doing? For now, don't trade real money. Sasawa, tuache haraka. Don't trade any real money. Just instead, I want you to watch the charts. I have shown you some charts, how they behave. I also want you to do something that I want you to also see on the screen. I want you to draw support and resistance. The support and resistance looks something like this, okay? Support and resistance looks something like this. So I want you to see when it is going up and then it fails to go further, that is where we call at resistance point. When it's going down and then does not go past that, we call it at support. So support and resistance is one of the strategies that we are going to be using as beginners in trading. Can you check here? So notice how the price has difficult time falling below the support of 51.25. Now, if you check in between 51.5, that is where in between hapo, the prices are finding it very difficult to either raise or go up. That is where we call at the point of what? Resistance, okay? So you can look at that chart. That is the things that I want you to practice right now. There is no trading. We are not rushing in any points, okay? We are not rushing. I just want you to learn these charts, look at them, and once you look at them, you will start to familiarize. Oh, this is how it works. Oh, this is what it does. Look at the support levels. These are the moment you do what? this is the moment you buy. Because when it resists to fall further, it means it's going to rise. When it resists to raise further, it means you're going to do what? You're going to sell. So look at these charts. Just keep on looking at them. Try to understand them further. And in the next lesson, if you don't understand anything, we can do what? We can do the question and answer sessions, okay? We will also have our Q's and A's. But for now, don't rush to doing any trade at now you understand, or at this point I'm supposed to buy at this. No. Watch haraka, just relax, calm down. Things are not rushing and we are not in any hurry, okay? Assuming we are using support and resistance as our strategy, this is how it looks like. So at the highest point, where the price finds it very difficult to move even much more higher, is what we call resistance. And now at the lowest point, where it also finds it very difficult to go any further, it's what we call support. So this is how it looks on the chart. And the next chart, you can look at it now in terms of resistance and support, not the candles. So you can see where is at 51.25, okay? Notice how price has a difficult time falling even further, okay? That is at the time where we call, that was what? That is at the support. And also, it cannot go past that. So at these sessions, these are the sessions where we choose to do what? Where we choose to buy. Why? Because at the end of the day, it is not going any place further than that. So when it is struggling to do that, that is when we do what? That is when we are buying. And also at support, when it finds it even much more harder to go further in terms of the kafat candle, unapata ni kakijiti kakonde kanenda to see that kafat one, then that is the time we do what? That is the time we sell, okay? I'll try to my best of understanding to explain even further. And if you have a question, I will also do what? I will also help to understand better. Na ile nye sijui, pia I will call in other Forex traders where I believe when we share this information on a larger scale, we will do what? We will understand 1, 2, 3. So remember always, as you look at or use as support and resistance, price respects level. So it bounces or breaks. That is it. So there is no any other thing. So as you continue learning this is what I want you to understand. Forex is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a skill. If you master the basics, you already beat 80% people. You understand? So basics are so important. Okay? So what do I want you to do? Follow for part 2. How do you follow for part 2? I'll show you to enter your first trade, of course, safely. Share this to save someone, because I know many people are being taught things there and here, and they are not the legit things. So just make sure that actually you have subscribed, you've turned on your notification bell, and the morning class that will come tomorrow as well, you'll be up to speed, okay? So I just want to say thank you so much. God bless you. You are an amazing person. See you in the next session.